Yeah, yeah.
Portugal has many beautiful places, but there's something different about Sintra. Maybe it's the fog rolling slowly over the hills. Maybe it's the ancient castles hidden inside the forest. Or maybe it's a feeling this place gives you when you arrive. A feeling that you've stepped into another world. Today, I want to take you with me through one of the most magical towns in Portugal. Not as a tourist rushing from one attraction to another, but as a traveler trying to truly experience the atmosphere, the silence, the beauty, and the soul of this place.
Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know.
Welcome to Sintra. Arriving in Sintra, the journey to Sintra already feels special. As you move away from the busy energy of Lisbon, everything begins to change. The air becomes cooler. The roads become greener, the hills begin to appear, and slowly, you start realizing why this place has inspired kings, writers, dreamers, and travelers for generations. Sintra doesn't try too hard to impress you. It simply exists beautifully.
Rags to rival, we moving. Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know.
The first thing I noticed was the atmosphere. Not just the buildings, not just the famous landmarks, but the mood. There's a softness here, a calmness. Even when there are tourists around, Sintra still somehow feels peaceful. The streets are full of colors, small cafes, old walls, tiled buildings, and hidden corners that make you want to stop every few minutes just to look around. One of the best ways to experience Sintra is simply by walking. No rush, no pressure, just walking slowly through the streets and allowing the town to reveal itself naturally. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments while traveling are not the famous attractions. It's the random streets, the unexpected views, the quiet moments. And Sintra is full of those moments. You know, traveling is interesting. Many people think travel is only about luxury, expensive hotels, or perfect Instagram photos. But honestly, some of the most meaningful travel experiences happen during simple moments. Walking through unfamiliar streets, listening to different languages, trying local food, observing daily life. Travel changes you quietly. Sometimes you don't even notice it immediately. The architecture and history. Sintra feels like a place where history never truly disappeared. Every building seemed connected to another century. You see castles on top of hills, ancient walls surrounded by nature, old houses with beautiful Portuguese tiles, and somehow everything blends together perfectly. This town carries history with elegance. There were moments while filming here when I completely forgot about the camera. I simply stood there looking at the landscape, the hills, the clouds, the trees moving with the wind, and for a few seconds, life felt slower. That's something many of us need today, a moment to slow down. I think places like Sintra remind us that life is not only about chasing money or constantly being busy. Sometimes life is also about experiencing beauty, about creating memories, about seeing something that inspires your spirit again. Because when people stop experiencing new things, life can quietly become repetitive. Exploring the hidden corners, beyond the famous landmarks, Sintra has another side that many people overlook. The quieter streets, the local neighborhoods, the hidden pathways. That's where you start seeing the real rhythm of the town. People drinking coffee slowly, locals walking peacefully, small details that tourists often pass without noticing. And honestly, those details matter. As someone who came from humble beginnings and had big dreams long before traveling became my reality, moments like this mean a lot to me. There was a time when traveling to another country felt impossible, a distant dream. But life can change slowly when you continue moving forward, even when your situation is difficult. And that's part of why I share these journeys on Rags to Travel. Not just to show beautiful places, but to remind people that your story can evolve too. Atmospheric moment. There's something almost cinematic about Sintra, especially when the weather changes. One moment the sunlight appears softly through the trees, and the next moment, fog covers the hills like a movie scene. It doesn't feel artificial. It feels timeless. Talking about Portugal. Portugal continues to surprise me. Many people know Lisbon. Many people know Porto. But towns like Sintra show another layer of this country. A slower layer, a deeper layer, a side that feels emotional rather than rushed. If you're watching this and dreaming about traveling someday, don't give up on that dream. Start where you are. Learn. Prepare. Save gradually. Stay curious about the world. Travel may not solve all your problems, but it can change your mindset, your confidence, and your understanding of life. Beauty of simple moments. One thing I've learned while traveling is this. The simple moments are often the most powerful. Not always a luxury. Not always the expensive experiences. Sometimes it's just standing quietly in a beautiful place and realizing how far you've come in life. As the days slowly moved forward in Sintra, I found myself appreciating the little things more. The sounds, the movement of people, the architecture, the peaceful atmosphere. And honestly, this is the kind of place that stays in your memory long after you leave. Sintra is more than just a destination. It's an experience, a place that reminds you to slow down, observe more carefully, and reconnect with the beauty that still exists in the world. Thank you for exploring Sintra, Portugal with me on Rags to Travel. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who loves travel, culture, and discovering beautiful places around the world. And until the next journey, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep believing your story can become greater than your current situation.
I came from places nobody noticed, with dreams too big for my pocket. But every road kept calling my name, every border whispered, keep going. Through lonely nights and crowded cities, mountains, oceans, unfamiliar streets, I found pieces of myself hidden around the world. Some travel for pictures, some travel for escape, but some of us travel to discover who we truly are. Every passport stamp, every sunrise in a new land, every stranger that became family changed me forever. So if you are dreaming, don't stop now. Your story may begin explore, become more. I came from places nobody noticed, with dreams too big for my pocket. But every road kept calling my name, every border whispered, keep going. Through lonely nights and crowded cities, mountains, oceans, unfamiliar streets, I found pieces of myself hidden around the world. Some travel for pictures, some travel for escape, but some of us travel to discover who we truly are. Every passport stamp, every sunrise in a new land, every stranger that became family changed me forever. So if you are dreaming, don't stop now. Your story may begin with one flight, one road, one brave decision. Subscribe, travel, explore, become more.
Yeah, yeah. Rags to rival, we moving. Rags to rival, we moving. From nothing to everywhere we go. New city, new story to show. Backlight, dreams heavy, let's roll. Rags to rival, now you know. We rise, we fly, no limits, no fear. Stamp on the passport, yeah, we're here. From the ground to the sky, so clear. Rags to rival every year. Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know. Rags to rival, now you know.